Would you believe if I told you that 3/4 of the championship teams from last year's NFL championships had the same thing in common and has nothing to do with quarterback? And would you believe if I told you that half of the NFL teams are trying to get rid of that piece, of that winning piece? That's right, I'm talking about the fullback, the hardest working position in all of the NFL football. But not only is there an attack in the NFL on the fullback, there's an attack in college, high school sports. I would go even as far to say that there's an attack on hard work and humbleness in this country. You guys are Jags fans mostly, those that watch. I know he is not a Jags fan, but can you even name the Jags fullback? Did you know that the Jags fullback scored their only touchdown in the first playoff victory they've had in 10 years? His name's Tommy Bohannon. He's Jacksonville's hardest working son. So shame on you for not knowing that. But today I will explain to you the historical significance of the fullback, the attack on the fullback today, and the success teams are still having utilizing this humble yet very important position. So we'll start with the historical significance. So what is a fullback? So a fullback in the game of gridiron American football is someone who's a little bit smaller than an offensive lineman, the blockers, but still bigger than the running back, the man who runs with the ball. In Football for Dummies by Howie Long, he has a diagram that explains exactly, the offensive formation. So these here are your linemen. They're your big guys. These X's are the defense. They block the defense. They open up holes for the running back to go through, or they protect the quarterback. So this first circle here is the quarterback. He's the one who receives the ball from the center. And then he can either pass or he can hand off. The halfback down here is who will grab the ball and run with it, or maybe go off to the side to receive a pass. But the one I want to focus on is right here, the fullback. From this position here, he can block for the halfback or the quarterback, or he can receive the ball and run with it as well. This formation here is called the I form, and America would like you to know that this is outdated, and there's an attack on the I form. I can turn it around here and show you the other formation is split I. This fullback still in the same position, he's just to the side so he can help run this way a little faster. Some famous fullbacks. You may have heard of Jim Brown. He's the most famous running back of all time. Well, did you know he's actually a fullback because he's much bigger than a running back, and he would be a lead blocker sometimes. He is the 4th all-time leading rusher in a league. At that point, they only had 14 games, but today they have 16. So he's 4th all-time, and he had less time to do it. Jim Taylor, the man who won the first Super Bowl ever, was a fullback. But there's an attack on these fullbacks. There's an attack. According to the NFL.com, passing rates have increased, and that's because of these rule changes. They have made rules that protect the quarterback, that take these X's out of the game. Well, why? Well, think to yourself, who are the most popular football players right now? Brady, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Odell Beckham. Those are all passing players. No halfbacks, no fullbacks, no linemen. Because the NFL wants lots of scores. Because they think that's what excites us. And it does. It does excite us. So they've created penalties that punish the defense in passing. But none of that protects the running back. The running back is still just working as hard as ever and getting his legs taken out from him. So to encourage passing, they made these rules. So what are teams doing? Well, they're getting rid of the fullback because they're not running as much, and they're adding another wide receiver, a tight end. There's an attack on this position because it's not as flashy, it's not as exciting. But I would argue it's just as hardworking and it's just as needed for success. And that brings me to my third point, the fact that you need a fullback for success. As I told you at the beginning, all 4 of the championship teams carried a fullback. They have fullbacks on team. The Patriots, the winner of the Super Bowl, used a fullback more just in the postseason than half of the NFL did the entire regular season. They scored 8 touchdowns in the postseason using a fullback. And if you need any more proof, the internet has considered the last Super Bowl to be the most boring Super Bowl yet. It's very low scoring. It's the lowest scoring Super Bowl of all time. There was only 1 touchdown scored. It was a running play. And a fullback led the charge. Blocked this man here, letting Sony Michel score a touchdown. The only touchdown scored in that game. Without that fullback, this man would have stopped Sony. There wouldn't have been a touchdown. Maybe the Patriots lose. So if the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick, coach of the Patriots, and the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, will put their Super Bowl chances in the hands of a fullback, then I think we should too. If only we could be so dependent.